Welcome back. Yours truly, Lost Stacks, here for your favorite segment on YouTube, Round Line Rapid Fire. We are back. We got not a banger card, but a decent card this week to break down. We'll get through all the round props, get through who we like, what we like. But first, most importantly, let me introduce my co-host, my main man, Sype. What's up?
What's going on? What's going on? Good to be back.
What's up?
Round line rapid fire. Got the new logo in the back. I'm loving that. Let's
Yes,
go. Let's
sir.
go. Stepping up the game. Let's go.
Yes, sir. You know that. And before we get started, I just want to give a thank you to everyone who subscribed or everyone who's showing love. We keep going up, and it's only going to keep going up, like I said from the beginning. So keep showing love, keep showing support. We're always here. I appreciate all the DMs I'm getting from people, all the comments. So keep up the good work. Let's keep grinding. Let's keep going. Let's keep pushing.
Before we start, I just want to say excellent show yesterday. I know we kind of went overboard on the time, but man, we had some information to give, and we gave out some big plays there, some confidence spots. So if you guys didn't check that video out, it's doing very well. I had it uploaded this morning, so it was up for the whole time. Make sure you go check that video out, like and subscribe, comment if you disagree with us, or if you need like maybe additional further explanation, feel free to engage right in the comment section. DM Lost Stacks and Instagram. So like I said, my socials are coming soon. Just be patient. For now, you can you can get directly with me on the right on the channel in the comment. I read every single comment. That's the only I wanted to say. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, that's good you mentioned that. I forgot. I should have mentioned that as well. But
Yeah, excellent video yesterday. I really loved it. I actually rewatched it myself today and took notes because sometimes we say something but we forget what we say. And I was like, oh man, he made some good points yesterday, and I was like, I missed it. You know what I'm saying? So I actually made some notes for myself for this week.
No, that's a fact. I also always rewatch it and do some studying off it. But let's get into it. We got the round line rapid fire. We'll start with the first fight of the night. We got Tatsuro versus Candelario. Round line is set at 2.5. It's basically a pick'em. Overs minus 115. Unders also minus 115. So basically, the bookies don't know if it's going over or under. They're just as confused as us. For me personally, honestly, I wouldn't even know which way to start, which way to lean. Not too familiar with both fighters as well as I'd like to be. But if I had to give a lean, I'd probably lean over, but it's no confidence behind that. So I'm just going to pass on this one. I just want to see what both guys bring, see what their games look like on Saturday, get a better read for each guy, and then moving forward, we'll know a little more in their next fight, like I said yesterday. But you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, I'm actually feeling over. I'll tell you why. I'm feeling over because even though Tatsuro, right, the Japanese fighter, he's a finisher. I mean, you look at him; he's just literally submitting people. Again, I'm. One thing you said is we don't have the data right now because the talent pool is so different from Asia. And again, I keep saying it, but I don't want to like take a shit on anybody from that area. But the talent pool, just the sample size, it's day and night. Like you can have a relatively like bad fighter here, but he can be really good in the overseas. I'm just straight facts, So I'm not a believer. I would have felt more comfortable with 1.5. To be quite honest with you. So if that's available, I'm probably leading that. Tatsuro is a finisher. Candelario has, what he showed us, he likes to get a W. So he's not someone that's going to go out there and be reckless. So the over is reasonable. You know what I'm saying? But again, I have zero data on this Tatsuro guy. So how can I be confident? So yeah, a skipper, man. I told you, I'm with you on that. First fight, no action, no over-unders. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm sorry, guys, but I really am not leaning. Again, slight shoulder lean, a little shoulder lean on the over, but I feel more comfortable on the 1.5 than 2.5, to be honest. I think that's a sucker bet.
I would say if the 2.5 is priced at minus 115, it's a pick'em. So I would say you'll probably get the over 1.5 somewhere close to like minus
2 something,
300.
Right? No. I would probably think it would be maybe 250-ish. I would price it
somewhere in that range between 250.
And then you can parlay that. I do feel that's a better spot. Again, you watch this Tatsuro guy. He's a finisher. He loves choking people out. But
Yeah.
but when you got someone like Carlos who loves scrambling and wrestling and making this a dirty fight, not a dirty fight, but a
And he's
gritty
pretty
fight,
durable too.
durable, right? So again, I'm leaning that over 1.5 much better than the two. So no action, no particular call here, my brother.
No, for sure, for sure, for sure. And I'm just a little weary of those 1.5s after last week because that's my go-to. I love those 1.5 parlay pieces. You know, I'm money with those.
Listen.
Just last week I got burned with that
When
for
they
the first
said
time
those,
in a while.
when they said that 1.5, there's a reason. Yesterday you said there was going to be violence. That last
Yeah.
card was definitely violence. They came to finish, and yeah, that's why I stayed away from most under and overs because I said money line was the way to go. This fight though,
No, yeah.
this week I'm not too sure on the money lines. So the
Yeah.
props are probably where I like to see. So I'm picking my spots. There's a few money lines we mentioned on our Edge Out Wednesdays, but definitely there's, again, pick your poison, guys. Be very, very careful. Be very selective. And again, if I'm not betting it, then why should I tell you to bet it? You know, I think that's dishonest. So that's why I really appreciate our honesty here, telling people that's a big skipper for us.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. All right, let's move on. We got Gina Mazany taking on Shana Young, right? Shana?
Yeah, Shana Young.
Shana Young, yes. So we got another 2.5 round line. The over is chalked a little at -175, and the under is +145. To be honest, a -175 for over 2.5 in a women's MMA fight, that's not that bad because usually we're used to seeing numbers like -350, -400, -450. So they are kind of possibly expecting some violence here. Me personally, yeah, I wouldn't touch this fight with a 10-foot pole like we said yesterday. I know it's going to be another skipper, but listen, you can't trust either one of these fighters. I was leaning Mazany, like I said yesterday, but if I had to pick, I'd probably lean the over 2.5. I would say Mazany by decision, most likely. If you're going to play her, take her by decision, I would say. But, like, no confidence behind that. You can't really trust her. And on the other end, we don't really know too much about Shana Young. She had one fight in the UFC. She got demolished by now her name's losing. What was her name again? Oops,
I can look it up for you. If you want me to look it up, just give me 1 second.
I literally know this. I just totally
Yeah, I like I said, I'm not too invested in this fight, so I'll be honest with you. I did zero homework on Shana Young. I could care less about Shana Young. I don't think she's a good fighter.
She just beat
she's coming off a loss back to back. The first one was Stephanie Eager. I know that for a fact.
Eager, yeah, because Eager just beat Jessica Rose
and Macy Cherson. She lost to Macy Cherson in 2020. And she lost to Stephanie Eager in 2021 in October.
This is her third fight then.
This is her third fight in the UFC, but she's dropping down to the 125 because she was a bantamweight. But the bantamweight girls are too much for her.
And Chazon, she fought a long time ago. That's why I totally slipped my mind that she fought.
Yep.
But yeah, Shana Young, nothing really too great. But like I said, on the other end, Mazany isn't either. So it's pretty much just to stay away, don't come close, stay far back. And yeah, that's what I got. What about you?
Yo, I got a sneaky feeling on the under 2.5 in this one. I know it's women's MMA, but from a pure, I mean, I'm sorry to say, but from a pure gambling standpoint, I'm leaning the under for two reasons. One, it's Shana Young's debut in the 125. Usually, usually, statistically speaking, fighters dropping down weight, it just doesn't go so well, and they usually get finished, or they finish the other fighters. Again, that's usually the trajectory. Just take any year, look up any fighter, and look up what happened.
No, that makes sense.
You know, I'm just saying from a pure just gambling and analytical standpoint. And second, Gina Mazany, out of her 7 wins, has like 4 finishes by KO, ground and pound mostly. Like she can finish girls, and she got 1 sub here. So it's a good way to really for Gina to bounce back off a loss and really put a stamp on that Shana Young doesn't belong. It's just Shana Young loses this third fight, she's cut. So I feel like this is a perfect spot for both girls to show out. Now, Shana, I'm not saying Shana Young is going to go out there and finish, but again, I'm banking on the fact that Shana Young will be finished. So from a pure,
and she has been finished before,
exactly.
So there is a track record.
So that's why I am again shoulder leaning. So if I'm making like a $5 parlay and I have to choose between the over on the under. I'm gonna hit that under 2.5. Hope for a finish. And again, because I'm leaning Gina Mazany and she more of a finishing girl. Again, she's not the greatest because that's literally low tier here. But again, for the value, I would be willing to take a stat, but I'm not telling anybody to do so.
No, that makes sense. Honestly, one thing I'll add before we move on is that a sneaky way you could do it is you could maybe parlay up the 1.5 over 1.5, and then parlay up the under 2.5. Because I could see that realistically cashing both of them. Because
the 1.5 is definitely much better. Yep.
Yeah, if you go over 1.5 and then under 2.5, so you go over, you do a $5 parlay where you throw the over 1.5. It's not going to be that chalk because the over 2.5 is only minus 175, so it's not going to be like minus 600. It's going to be like minus 400, minus 350 for the over 1.5. So what you could do is you could do like a $5 parlay where you throw the over 1.5 with other things you're more comfortable in and you are more sure of, and then a second one you do with the same other selections, but you switch the over 1.5 to the under 2.5, and you give yourself a chance to catch both parlays.
You could definitely catch that. Yeah.
Because if she gets a finish in the beginning of the third or late in the second, you're hitting both of them.
Yep, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it could happen.
No, of course. It happens all the time. It can happen all the time.
Yeah, for sure. But all right, let's move on. Next fight up, we got Natan Levy versus Breeden. We got the round line set at 2.5 as well. The over is minus 175. We got the under at plus 145. Honestly, the bookies think it's going over. They think it's probably going to go to the judges' scorecards. But to be honest, if I had to play something, I haven't touched this fight. But if I had to pick a side, I'm probably going to lean under, to be honest with you. For the number, I think it makes sense. I don't think Breeden is that durable as we saw in his last fight, even though he got put out by a potent finisher in Hernandez. I believe he's not the biggest hitter, but he does have some ground game. He does have some power a little bit. And I just don't put too much stock into Breeden's durability. But then on the other end, Breeden could crack. One thing I give him, even though I did say he was trash, the one thing I'll give him some credit for is he does have pretty nice hands. He could throw the hands pretty well. He got some power in his pop. He did crack Alex Hernandez before he got put out. So he showed some power in that fight. So if I had to lean one way, I'd probably lean under. But if I was gonna play that, I would rather already maybe take a shot at Breeden inside the distance, because you'll probably get a crazy number like plus 500, plus 600. And I do see a world where he can possibly win this fight and possibly win by finish, because he does have some finishes to his record, even though they were regionally. Still, he could still finish guys. Maybe not a lot of guys, but Natan Levy, I don't put too much stock into him. I don't think he's that great. He didn't look that great in his first fight, but you never know. He could bounce back strong and look totally different in this one. But yeah, no strong inclination. What about you? Like anything over here?
No, not at all. I don't have a real good read on this, man. I'm not feeling confident here. Because I don't know what Natan Levy is gonna do. Is he gonna wrestle, or is he gonna look for a finish, or get finished by my?
I think he is gonna wrestle.
Yeah, I personally, even with Gina Mazany, I had a slight lean. I don't know what the hell's gonna go with Natan. Again, I'm just saying parlay piece Natan Levy, and that's it. Just straight money line parlay, but over under, I'm sorry, I don't see anything. And the fact that it's identical to Shana Young's line, like minus 75 over under, like that's just freaking me out. So crazy. I don't want nothing to do with that.
What I'll say is this: the way I see this fight going is there's only two type of ways I see this fight going. For Levy, he's gonna want to get this fight to the ground as fast as possible, because Breeden has way better hands, in my opinion, than him. And if this fight stays on the feet, then Breeden has the way bigger advantage at that point. But if this fight gets to the ground, then Natan Levy has the way bigger advantage, and he's going to win the fight. So it all depends where this fight takes place, in my opinion. If Levy gets it to the ground, it's his fight to win. If Breeden keeps it on the feet and stuffs the takedowns, it's his fight to win. So it's just plain and simple, just like that, in my opinion. So take what you want from that. Bet what you want from that, but I'm not too confident in this fight. But let's move on to a fight we are confident in, and that's Gabe Green versus our boy, the White Lion, Yohan Lion. I'm just gonna call him Yohan Lainesse. That is his nickname.
Can
the
we just say
Lion,
Yohan?
so it
You know,
makes sense.
like it just sounds badass. Like, can we just say Yohan?
Yeah, yeah,
Yohan,
or
that's
Yohan.
it. Or the white line.
Yeah,
It's either one. I like the white
yeah,
line. I
yeah.
call him the
That's
white
true.
line.
So we got the Gabe Green versus the White Lion. We got the round line on this one. We got our first 1.5. We know what time it is, baby. The bookies know what time it is. We got the over 1.5 minus 135. We got the under 1.5 at plus 105. All right. You guys know, if you watched the video yesterday, me and my boy Saif were heavy on our boy White Lion. We really like him this week. One of our favorite highest plays of the week. We are going all balls to the wall on this one. So now, if you're on our side and you like the White Lion, then the White Lion, then you need to take this under 1.5, because if our boy's gonna win, it's going under that 1.5. Very similar to Jordan Wright, kind of. Not exactly like Jordan Wright, because Jordan Wright, every single one of his fights never got past 1.5 round mark. But with the White Lion, he has went to decision a couple times in his career. But the dude just has crazy power, and if he's gonna win this fight, it's gonna be in that first round, in my opinion, or beginning second, because he's gonna start to wear down after that point. So, like I said, if you like our boy White Lion, grab that under 1.5. If you want to play it a little safer, you could grab the under 2.5 at a worse line, maybe throw it in a parlay, juice your parlays up. If you like Gabe Green, on the other hand, I would suggest you take that over 1.5, because if Gabe Green is winning this fight, he's not winning this fight in under 1.5. I do not see a world in which he's getting the White Lion out of there, and definitely not in that first 1.5. You know what I mean? Maybe late, if like White Lion completely just falls off and has no energy and is just huffing and puffing, maybe. But under that 1.5 mark, I don't see Gabe Green ever getting a finish. It's going to be the White Lion if someone finishes the fight that quick. And yeah, that's what I like. And one more thing I'll add is grab our boy round 1. If you want to get crazy, grab KO round 1. If you just want to play it round 1 for him to win in round 1, doesn't matter, sub or KO, because that's what I see. Round 1, domination, murder, homicide, call the police, because this dude's going to be out. Gabe Green is going to be on the canvas. He's going to wake up and he's not going to even know what the hell happened to him on Saturday. But yeah, take it away, my brother.
Yeah, really like the underplay, but again, the durability of Gabriel Green does scare me. Like I said, I broke down the fight. The man can take a punch, believe it or not. So it's gonna take Yohan's best shot, and I'm not saying he doesn't throw good shots. I'm saying he's gonna take his best shots, not just a random shot. It's gonna take his best shot to put him away. So his durability checks out. I do like Yohan by finish. I do like him to kill him. I'm just probably gonna say round 2 though, because I respect Gabriel Green's durability. I'm on record. I told you yesterday.
Yeah,
The
no,
guy
I do too.
is a zombie. So, but Yohan wants to make a statement here. I know he does. I can feel it from everything. He wants people to take him seriously because nobody's taking him seriously. Well, I am. You are. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are actually.
I'm happy. Don't take him seriously, because he's gonna keep doing what he's been doing. Bro.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
I hope people continue doubting him until he's like 12-0. But after Saturday, there will be no doubt. You said, there will be no doubt. We're never gonna.
And we'll never get him.
We're not getting him a plus money if he wins. It's just when he wins. I'm not even saying when he wins.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly.
yeah, I like the under. I clicked it on the screen, so that's kind of where I would feel more comfortable with, because that's pretty much how Yohan handles business. And if he handles business, I'm sorry to say, Gabe is gonna get knocked out. That's pretty much it. So because I'm on Yohan's side, I'm definitely with the 1.5. But if you can grab the alternate, do you mind me checking really quick?
No, of course.
We're on DraftKings, so we actually have an alternate line. The under 2.5 is minus 190. So I feel
not bad at
it's
all.
really not bad. I feel more comfortable playing the under personally. So if you're gonna say safe, what are you betting? I would be like, yo, I like the minus 2.5, minus 190, and I take that with, let's say, one of my other picks, like maybe one of your the Silva picks, right? Yeah. And that's plus money right there, and I don't have to sweat too much. You take the over under 1.5, you might get in a little bit of dicey territory, because, like I said, Gabe Green is OD tough. So 2.5 just buys you the whole second round. and then some. So you ask me, obviously the under 1.5, but the better play is under 2.5 because, and even a better play, the fight doesn't go to distance. That's when that
And
comes out.
if
I
you
don't know.
have
Is that
access,
out? Do you know if that's out? Hold on a second.
no, it should be. It's out. If the round lines are out,
Yeah.
then it's
Let
out
me
for
see.
sure.
The fight
You got to
doesn't.
go to fight props. It's gonna be under fight props, and it's gonna be right there.
Let
Will
me see.
fight go
The
the
fight
distance?
does. Oh well, there you go. There you have it. Fight does not go to distance at -250. So much better spot, but more expensive spot.
But
I like
not
the.
really. In this situation, I don't see that as a better spot. I'll tell you why. Because, like I said, if the lion's going to knock him out, it's going to be early. It's not going to be later because he's not going to have the energy later to knock him out. And I don't see a world where Gabe Green is getting the lion out of there. I really don't.
I really don't either. I mean,
That's why I'm
anything
saying.
can happen,
So,
but I don't see it happening.
yeah, of course, anything can happen. But that's why I'm saying, like, take the under 1.5 or at worst 2.5. But the fight not to go the distance, that 2.5 minutes,
Yeah.
there's no point because if it's already gonna go
It's not.
it's
It's
already
not
gonna
even
go the
2.5
distance.
minutes. It's. We're talking about. Oh yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm bugging
Two and
out.
a half
2.5
minutes,
minutes.
yeah.
Yeah.
From
Oh,
the 2.5 to the
yeah.
fight not going. Yeah.
If he doesn't get him out by that time, then obviously you
Yeah.
know what's going on.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's not gonna look good.
I like the under 2.5 much better if you ask me.
Yeah.
But
And if
again,
you have points bet, take White Lion / under 2.5. You'll probably get it. I don't know exactly. I haven't checked, but probably like plus 130, plus 150, somewhere in. But no, actually, it's going to be better because if he's plus 130, plus 125, you'll probably get that at like plus 200 closer to. But if it's not that much of a difference from his money line, just take him on the money line already. Don't take the chance. But if you're getting like plus 100 more, then take him by finish because that's his win equity in this fight. If he's winning this fight, it's going to be by finish. He could win a decision, but I don't see that. I see him finishing him early, and collecting that bonus.
yeah, I'm actually showing everybody that I currently have just the money line highlighted. He's plus 115 on DraftKings. You could get him at better lines on other books. I've seen him as high as plus 136 on BetMGM, which I'll be honest, I'm on the record. I already put like 4.5 units already on that. Yeah. So again, I'm probably gonna drop a little bit more units on him. I said your boy's dropping units, so shop around if you want. So the money line alone is suffice. Don't even try to go crazy. Sure. I'm expecting violence here, a lot of violence, because that's what White Line does. He's just who he is, man. The guy's a killer. I love it.
For sure.
Yeah. So I showed the money line. I hovered over that, and I have the under 1.5. But obviously the alternate under 2.5 is probably where you want to look. Okay. Pretty much it for me.
Yeah, for sure. Yep, sounds good. All right, let's move on. Next fight up, we got Lasarda versus Figueiredo. The round line is set at 2.5 for this one. We got the over at -125, and we got the under set at -105. Relatively close, almost a pick 'em basically, but they are leaning a little bit towards the over 2.5. To be honest with you, if you like Lasarda, you grab that under 2.5 because if he's winning this fight, it's going to be by finish, in my opinion. I mean, he can win a decision. But if you look at his career so far, he has never even been to a judge's decision ever. Every single one of his fights has been finished inside the distance, like we said last week about Jordan Wright. So it's kind of a surprise to me that this round line's even set at 2.5 to begin with. I would assume they would have set it at 1.5, to be honest. So it's kind of a steal, in my opinion, to be getting a 2.5 round line, and especially under at -105. If you like Lasarda, you grab that right now because he's never been past 2.5 in his career. He's been finished his opponent every single fight. And he's one of those fighters. He comes out in that first round hard. Like, he is the complete opposite of a slow starter. He is a super fast starter. The dude comes out throwing heat, throwing up submission after submission after submission. He'll like try to climb your back. Like, he'll do everything. The dude is everywhere. But the one issue with a fighter like that is when it hits that second round, they start gassing and they are not going to put up the same output. They're not going to be as dangerous. They're not going to be able to get you out of there as easy as they would have in the first round. But when you're fighting a guy like Figueiredo, and it's not Davidson Figueiredo, and it's his. Actually, I was saying yesterday it's his older brother. It's actually his younger brother. Davidson's the older brother. I thought that Davidson was the younger brother, but it turns out Davidson's the older brother.
Yeah, like a year and change difference.
Like 2 years almost.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, this is the trash Figueiredo. Like I said yesterday, I love Lasada in this spot. I love the price on the money line, like we said yesterday. I just think it's a sweet spot for him. I think he's gonna come in. He's going to make a statement. He's going to show everyone what he's about. You know, the first fight for him was tough against Jeff Molina, but Jeff Molina is no easy fight. You know, that dude is tough. That dude is a warrior. That dude puts people out, especially for a 125er. You don't see that too often. But, yeah, I like Lacerda. I like Lacerda by KO or sub, by finish. I like that under 2.5. That's a beautiful price. Like I said yesterday, I like Lacerda by money line because it's a good number also. Parlay piece. You could parlay Lacerda in a parlay. You could then parlay the under 2.5 if you want in a parlay. Or you could parlay Lacerda by finish or just play him straight. Listen, that's a moneymaker. That's cash and that's going to put some money in our pockets this weekend. So you could bank on that. I'm telling you that here first. Bank on it now. It's coming through. We're going to cash. We're going to be celebrating. Let's get it. What do you like?
Dude, I like the under 2.5 here. Out of his 13 fights, the man never been to a decision. He has 5 KOs, 5 submissions, 5 KOs, 6 submissions. Combine that with his dance partner Figueiredo. Out of 17 fights, the man has 7 submissions, 3 KOs, only 2 decisions, and it's only when he got to the UFC. I think Daniel De Silva or Daniel Luzardo, whatever you want to call him, I think he's looking for a good bounce back and he wants to make a statement. And Francisco Figueiredo is like the perfect guy you make a statement against. Again, we keep trashing him, but that's just how, just stating the obvious. I'm sorry. And yeah, he's going to look for a nice comeback here. 2 Brazilians, if I'm not mistaken. So that there's going to be, that's war right there. You put 2 Brazilians in there, they usually fight like crazy. So I'm going to take the better Brazilian. I'm going to bank on the savagery and the killer instinct from this. I know it's a flyweight fight, but man, that submission is stupid life in here, in my opinion, because they want to get to the floor. They're both BJJ things. Again, it could actually backfire on us, and it can go the distance because they're just gonna neutralize each other. But Daniel's cracks, so I'm banking on that. Okay, I like the under here.
Listen, when you got a guy fighting who is never seen a judge's scorecard and they're giving you a 2.5 at minus 105
Taking
for the
it.
under, that just, like I said last week, with the under 1.5 with Jordan Wright's fight plus money, that's crazy. And we banked on it, we took it, and we cashed. Same thing this week. You don't give an under 2.5 minus 105 when a guy has never seen a judge's scorecard. Hammer it, throw your mortgages on it. Throw everything you got on it because that is coming through this week, baby. And so is my boy Lasada.
All right, perfect. Like the money line, yes, I told you I'm taking him. That's your pick. I'm going with your pick. I like the under. That's your pick. I'm going with your pick. I'm on board, man. That's it. I got nothing else to say.
Let's get it. Let's get it. All right, let's move on. We got Christoph Jocko versus Gerald Meerschaert, GM3. Over under set at 2.5. Over is minus 120. Under is minus 110. So it's nearly a pick 'em. To be honest, it all depends which fighter you like. If you like Jocko, you're gonna lean over because he wins decisions. He never finishes anyone. He's very boring. And if you're leaning Meerschaert, you're leaning that under because Meerschaert's a finisher. The dude is, like you said yesterday, what does he have, like 30 submissions on his record?
26 submissions out of 34 wins. That's just stupendous. Yeah. That's 76% chance. So just taking him by sub is a good pick. Just Gerald Meerschaert by method of submission, you have a 75% chance of winning, which is kind of insane if you ask me.
Yeah. The only thing I would worry about that is, like I said yesterday, a lot of his subs start with the club. It's more club and subs where he rocks them on the feet and then chokes them out because they fall to the ground and he takes their back. So be a little bit wary if you're trying to attack just the sub prop. Maybe lean more by KO or sub, because even though there is a little bit of a percentage where Meerschaert can possibly win a decision, I think he has a few decisions throughout his career, very, very not frequently, very. You don't see it too much, but he's gonna win by finish. If he wins this fight, he's winning by KO or sub. If Jocko wins this fight, like I said, it's by decision. So it's pick your fighter. If you're leaning Jocko, you're leaning over. If you're leaning Meerschaert, you're leaning under. It's really that simple, in my opinion. For me, I'm leaning Meerschaert, so I'm obviously leaning under, and I'm leaning Meerschaert by KO or sub. But Meerschaert's already like plus 150, so you're already getting a pretty good number. If you can get him by finish for like plus 250, plus 300, then take it. But if you're getting him by finish for like plus 200 and it's not that much higher than his money line, then just take his money line just to be safe. But yeah, as far as the under, take the under, take Meerschaert by finish. Not my most confident play, but I will throw a few dollars on it for sure. What about you?
I'm leaning under because I'm going for the submission prop.
Nice.
I don't give a damn, bro. But there's a lot of love on Jotko, because
But take him
Jotko.
round 1, round 2, round 3. Like I told you
Yeah, I know what you
yesterday.
mean. It's just
Split it up into the 3
yeah.
rounds.
Jotko is just such a
He's like a
reserved.
leech. He's a leech.
Yeah, he's such a reserved kind of guy.
A pest. He's a pest.
He will push you against the cage, and he has no problem with just sitting on the cage for 3 rounds.
Clinching up.
Like he's just, that's what I'm afraid of. I'm being really honest with you. Meerschaert does have a lot of problems, like with the with those type of fighters. He got a split loss against Eric Enders. He got a split loss against Kevin Holland, who can crack actually, so that's okay. It's really hard, you know what I'm saying? And I don't see him getting knocked out by Jotko. I hope not. So I'm on GM3 plus money side. So I naturally have to go under here. But is it my strong? No, it's just a shoulder lean here, okay? Shoulder lean. That's all I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna highlight the under 2.5. I think that gives Gerald Meerschaert enough time to work here and get us up. He doesn't get it under 2.5. Well, that fight is going distance, and then maybe Jotko wins, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's exactly why I said Jocko, if he wins, it's by decision. If Meerschaert wins, it's by finish. Usually when Meerschaert goes to a judge's decision, he doesn't win the fight. So, yeah, that's what we're leaning. We'll move on to the next one. We're at the main card now. We got Darren, the Damage, Elkins versus Tristan Connelly. Round line is set at 2.5. We got the over heavily chalked at minus 210, and we got the under at plus 165. To be honest, I don't have the best read on this fight out of all the fights, but I'm leaning, honestly, towards Connelly. I just think Elkins is at a point where he's done. He doesn't have nothing left in the tank. Like I said yesterday, I didn't like what I saw in that last fight. Yeah, Swanson looked really good. He landed some nice, clean shots on him. But it was crazy. I don't know if you watched that fight, but it looked like Elkins was a blind man fighting in the octagon. Like, he literally couldn't even see. Like, before he got knocked out, it looked like he couldn't even see. Like, he didn't have no eyesight. It was the craziest thing. Like, I never seen that before. And then, like, the way he was reacting to the punches, it just didn't look like the usual Darren Elkins we see. Because Darren Elkins, he's called the Damage for a reason. The dude could take some shots. The dude could take a lot of damage. That's how he wins fights. He gets you tired. You just unload on him for a round and a half. You blow your whole wad, and now he comes back and puts you out or wins the last 2 rounds. That's what this guy has been doing his whole career. He's not the most skilled guy, but he could take damage. But now he's at a point in his career where he's not able to take those same shots and the same damage he was able to before. And I know Tristan Connelly's not the hardest hitter. He's not the really greatest on the feet at all, period. He has good takedowns, good ground game. But he fights very smart. And he's going to come in here with a good game plan. Listen, he beat Michel Pereira at welterweight. So don't forget, he used to be at a higher division. Now you're fighting Darren Elkins down the division. This is at 145, no, or 155?
This is
lightweight or featherweight?
This is give me 1 second. I'm sorry. This is
lightweight, no?
Feather, 145.
Oh, yeah, 145. So Tristan Connelly used to be a welterweight, so this is 2 divisions less than he ever was.
Wow, that's crazy. Well, when he fought Michel Pereira, that was a last-minute notice in his hometown in Canada, so.
And he won that fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that that shows you if you could beat Michelle Pereira, I'm pretty
The
sure you could beat
durability in
Darren
this man
Elkins.
is absolutely, it's checked. It's valid.
Yeah, yeah. And Connelly's a smart fighter. He has good IQ. He's gonna look. Pat Sabatini has been looking awesome. I'm really high on Sabatini. And out of everyone Sabatini's fought, Connelly put up the best fight to him, to be honest with you. And that was his first fight at 145. First time dropping down. And that's dropping down from welterweight, not from lightweight. So you got to give the guy some credit. I like him. It's a reasonable price tag on the money line. Honestly, I'll probably lean under just because I just don't trust Elkins' durability anymore. And even though Connelly isn't known for his to put people out, when you got a guy that just can't take any damage anymore, it's much easier to get that guy out of there. And a lot of times those guys tend to quit. And I really think he quit that last fight against Cub Swanson. It just didn't look like he wanted it anymore. It didn't look like he wanted to take any more shots. And I just don't see it in him. I think this is the end of his chapter. I think if this is not his last fight, then the next one will be. He had a great long career for a guy that no one had expected to have such a long and decent career. But listen, give the man some props, but he's just at the end of the road. Yeah, that's what I got. What about you?
I'm going to say I'm leaning. We said it was a dog or pass situation on yesterday's podcast, which I absolutely love.
Yeah. I can't believe he's the dog.
I can't believe it either. What you just said kind of just hit me right on the dome. Darren, the Elkins damage.
He's the dog? I still can't believe that.
Yeah, let me see. Money line as of right now. As of right now. I haven't even looked at that one. As of right now. Why don't I see this fight?
It should be under Jocko Meerschaert.
Under. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm bugging out. You're right. I'm bugging out a little bit.
Yeah, I knew it couldn't be an underdog. I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
Tristan Connelly became a better dog. He's plus 150. He was plus 136, plus 140.
Wait.
Plus
Tristan Connelly? So he is the underdog?
He is the underdog.
So Darren Elkins is minus?
He is minus 170, which is mind-blowing.
Connelly's plus
150.
Wow, that's insane to me.
That's what I'm saying. So
I'm gonna hammer Connelly.
Dude, honestly, low key, this might be the dog of the night, like dog nights. Okay?
No, don't say that. Yohan is the dog of the night.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna. Let me not disrespect Yohan.
Don't do that.
I'm sorry,
Yohan. You
Yohan.
can't say some guy's the dog of the night when another dog that you have that you're betting on.
But that's because I believe Yohan should be the favorite. You know what I'm saying?
But makes sense.
Tristan Connelly, yeah, again, I do. Okay, let's put it this way. Let's stop all this nonsense, right? I want to see Tristan Connelly on the scale. Pat Sabatini is also featherweight, or no?
Yeah, he's 145. That's
so he made 145. Oh, okay, so he's already valid. Okay, so he's valid. Yeah. So I got Tristan Connelly.
And he should go more smoothly this time, since it's not his first time.
I like Tristan Connelly. Yeah. I like the under 2.5. I like the plus money here. I'm not gonna go balls to the wall here. I'll be honest.
Don't take the under 2.5. Anyone listening, because just take Connelly at this point. It doesn't make sense to take that chance. We know Connelly's gonna win this fight. Just take him money line. You're already getting.
Well, we don't know. We're speculating, but we won't.
I know. Trust me. I know.
Two things you said. Stacks, two things you said. One, I believe the damage over the years just absolutely caught on to him. He's 37, if I'm not mistaken?
37, 38, something like that.
Yeah, 37 and 11 months. So next month, he's going to have his 38th birthday. Bro, he's been hit in his head so much at this point. I think he took more damage than a heavyweight. Just punch for punch, you know what I'm saying? I think it's catching up to him because, like you said, he looked like a shell of himself. He looked like a shell of himself. Obviously, he looked great against Derek Minner, which surprised the living crap out of me, but he was just a bigger guy in that fight.
Well, that's because Minner is a first-rounder bust fighter.
Yeah. But Connelly matches him physicality almost like to the T, except the 3-inch reach advantage for Darren Elkins. But the better hands are for Connelly, and Connelly is... He had like 4 finishes prior to his UFC fight. So, hey, go figure. You know what I'm saying? Does he have that capability? Yeah. Connelly has a full camp. He's gonna be a fighter that took less damage here, less weathered guy. That's why I like Connelly in the spot here. If you're gonna take his money line, don't take the under. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to deal with the money line, you could take the under if you want to, but beware. I'm leaning under, shoulder lean. I'm more confident on the dog here, if anything.
Yeah, for sure. And if you want to get frisky, take Connelly by finish.
That's it. Inside the distance, yeah?
You'll probably get it. Honestly, they'll probably give it to you for like plus 400, plus 500.
Do they give you inside the distance here on DraftKings?
Yeah, of course. You got to go. If you click on that specific fight, you have to scroll. You scroll over to winning method, from popular to winning method. And then you go all the way down, and it's going to have each fighter by finish, yes or no. To win by KO,
yeah, you're right. To win by KO, TKO, or DQ, Tristan is plus 900.
Not what? What? See,
Tristan Connelly to win by. Okay, I think that's the best play here. If you're gonna play Tristan Connelly, I think that's the best play here.
That's why I just told you. I'm thinking about it. I'm looking at the paper right in front of me, and I'm like, all right, Connelly's plus 165, but he's not known to be much of a finisher in the UFC, so they're probably gonna not cut him as much slack on that line, and they're gonna give a way better line. So I'm thinking about, if he's,
I'm gonna sprinkle. That's a worthy sprinkle right there.
Yeah.
Talk about sprinkles.
If he's almost plus 200 on the money line, and he's not really much of a finisher in the UFC, they're going to give you at least plus 5, plus 600, but plus 900.
I got to take a stab. I'm going to take a stab. Not a lot, but I'm definitely taking a stab. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Just listen, just like we were taking a dump on what's his name? That first fight, Dean Barry versus Mike Jackson, he was plus 700. Shit happens. So guess what? Connelly hasn't gotten a finish in UFC. Shit happens, right?
Of course, and he's fighting Darren Elkins, who really can't take the damage anymore.
Yeah, I'm banking on that fact. I'm banking on Connelly, giving him a 1-2 piece combo, wobbling him, throwing a power, dropping Elkins.
Or a sub.
That's what I'm saying. Dropping, getting on top, getting the position, finding either a guillotine, or maybe Elkins just doesn't want to be in there and he gives up his back. Rear naked choke, game over.
Yeah.
I see it, bro.
That's a fact.
I see it.
That's definitely a fact.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, you gotta hit that line at plus 900. That just is crazy wide, and the bookies are making a huge mistake. Put at least like $25 on it. At least.
Not bad.
If you're a little more confident,
I like $50 play right there. That's what does 50 pay you?
Yeah, 50 will pay you half, so you'll get 450.
Oh, that's even better. That'll be lit. That'll be lit.
It's not bad. And or you could even get crazy a little bit. You could put him by finish. You parlay him with a couple of guys that you're really sure about.
Oh yeah.
Like for me, I would parlay
Yohan and Silva
and White Lion, who's already an underdog, and Lacerda's basically a pick'em. You're gonna turn that plus 900 into like plus 5,000.
You want to see? I can actually make that happen. I can tell you right now. I
promise you, it's gonna be like plus.
Just for fun. Let me do this. Yeah. So if we take De Silva or Lacerda, whatever you want to call him, Daniel. Let's call him Daniel.
Lacerda money line.
Let's take Daniel money line. White line money line, right?
Yes, and by finish Connelly.
And Connelly by finish. Let's see. Let's go here. That plus 900. Let's grab it. Which is crazy. Once I saw that, I'm like, wow, okay. Yeah. You take those three, your line is plus 3770. So $50 is $1,900. Yeah.
Almost plus 4,000. See, I knew it, as I was gonna say between 3 and 5, but let me just go with 5.
Yeah.
But yeah,
3770. So, dude, okay,
you put
if that hits,
on that, you're winning 4,000.
If that hits, bro, if that hits, I'm giving you $250. If that hits, I'll be hitting it with you. So because I'm playing that shit, bro. Hell yeah.
Yeah, no. Listen, why not?
Why not?
Or if you're comfortable.
Half a unit?
if you like other guys, if you don't want to parlay that with Lainesse and Lacerda, you could pick whatever 2 guys you want. That's just me personally who I would pick because I really like them. But you guys can pick who you want. Parlay it up and do what you got to do. Let's make this money.
Absolutely.
But yeah, let's move on.
Absolutely.
Next one.
More than enough time on this one.
We got Jared Gordon versus Grant Dawson. Round line set at 2.5. Over heavily chalk -220. Under +170. You got to lean over just like the bookies. I mean, listen, both these guys usually go to decision. Well, Dawson does get some finishes. He has some finishes throughout his UFC career, more submissions than KOs because he is a ground guy. He doesn't really like to stand and bang. But Gordon, on the other hand, he's a straight decision fighter. The dude has no power. The dude, he throws shots, but nothing special. Nothing lands with any crazy power. Nothing really like puts people out. And then he's not really that dangerous on the ground either. So you got to lean over, but you're not getting any value. -220 just doesn't make sense. And it's not something I would parlay just because I could see a world where Dawson can get a finish. I don't bank on it just because Gordon he's not the most durable, but he has some durability. It all depends who he's fighting, honestly. But yeah, like if I were to play something, I would probably play Grant Dawson on the money line, but it's not that bad of a line. He's like -160, somewhere around there. But yeah, with the round line props on this one, it's kind of a hard read because I could see it going either way. If it goes over, then either guy could win. If it goes under, in my opinion, that means Dawson won because I don't see Gordon finishing Dawson. But yeah, I'd rather just stick with the money line on with Dawson on this one. You could parlay him up with one other guy, get plus money, convert that minus into plus. Or you could just play him on his own. I'm confident in him. I gained some more confidence the last few days in Dawson. You put me on, not put me on, but you turned me around a little bit. You got me on the side with you.
Main course side to the rescue.
I thought about it, and I'm like, yeah, Jared Gordon's nothing special. Dawson should win.
He does have a chance. I respect him, that living shit out of everybody.
Has a chance.
But I like
Grant
Dawson's
Dawson
pick.
Win this fight.
He should win this fight.
But if there's nothing I would really get into with the props on this one, I would just stick with Dawson on the money line because I could see a world where he wins a decision, but then I could also see a world where he gets a sub or maybe even a ground and pound KO. It's always possible. So stay away, in my opinion, from the props. But yeah, that's what I think. What about you?
I'm just looking up the current money line on Dawson, and then I'm gonna give you my 2 cents.
He's like -155.
He's currently -180.
He went up.
My early main card review, guys. If you guys watching right now, it dropped Sunday morning. When I dropped it, it was -140, and I said, "Give me Grant Dawson there." As you can see, there's so much value in this channel. This is the proof that I want to show you. I want to highlight Dawson -180. When I reviewed my line, he was like around 140 to 145.
Yeah,
so
closer.
It's not like I was speaking out of my ass. So again, right now, at this point, if you haven't hit that sub and hit that notification bell, because on Sunday when I drop my picks before the line gets out of whack, grab it. Macy Barber was -150. I said that's a steal. She was as high as -220 come to fight time. If you haven't hit that sub and liked, guys, you will see comments now. We're getting comments. People are coming back. They're saying what we're saying. They're seeing what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? And you got
proof is in the pudding.
Right, you got two perspectives here. You know, we're like, you guys,
awesome
like two awesome like we actually, like I said. We met each other in FanDuel. That's how we, two cappers, like,
crazy.
It's not like we just like randomly decided, we watch, we're such good fans. I'm a fan of making money. I love MMA, but my biggest shit is that if I'm not making money, what am I really doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
for sure.
I'm going to give, so that's what I was just curious on the money line. I'm sorry, I got carried away. I just get passionate.
You're good.
But the fight over under, you want to hear something funny? What I see? I see the fight going under. Here's why. I'm going to go against the bookies here. And I'm going to like just let me go to the over-under. I'm sorry about that.
It's 2.5.
It's 2.5, right? I like the under 2.5 plus 170. Out of 17 wins for Grant Dawson, he has 15 finishes. Only two went to the decision. He throws hammers. He loves the submission. Jared Gordon, out of his 18 wins, has 10 decisions. So he's a decision machine. So obviously, if you like the Gordon side, you're thinking over. I like Grant Dawson's side. I think he finds something here. He's gonna take. I see him taking down Jared Gordon, really pouncing on him, finding a submission, not hard. Jared Gordon does not like to get hit. I see him again going into the fetal position, giving up the back. Grant Dawson.
Well, has he ever been finished?
Who?
Has he ever been
Jared
subbed?
Gordon?
Yeah.
Let me see. That's a good question.
Because he is. I don't remember him being.
He got knocked out by Charles Oliveira, so susceptible.
Well, but that's an exception. He
got knocked out by Yohan Silva. He got knocked out by Diego Ferreira. Hey, guess what? He got knocked out. He never been submitted, but there's a first time for everything. So either he gets knocked out or choked out.
But he's actually pretty good on the ground.
No, he's not bad. Nobody's saying he's not. But like I said, this is me. I'm not telling you to bet the under with me. I'm not telling you,
sure.
But I'm saying that I was on Grant Dawson's side. There's a reason why he's getting up there, because he has the price jump because of the fact that people realizing that 15 finishes, he can finish this man. That minus 140 is buy one get one free price. You know what I'm saying? So, in my opinion, because I like Grant Dawson, and I already played Grant Dawson, because if you watch my Sunday show, I already played Grant Dawson, and that's why I have to hit the under, just in case. Now, am I going to go balls to the wall? If my funny play was what? The funny play that we did was half a unit. This is going to be a quarter of a unit, so I'll put $25 with the under and cook something up. I'm not going balls to the wall, but I like it. Why not? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Things happen.
Yeah.
You know me. I make thousands out of $20.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You've seen the tickets. I make 3,000 out of 50. So like I said, I'm a plus money chaser. I'm hungry. Feed the beast. So if you ask me, that's kind of where I'm leaning. But am I too confident? Shoulder lean. That's it.
All right.
Yep.
Let's move on. We got Andrei Fili versus Joanderson Brito. The round line is set at 2.5 on this one. We got the over at minus 195, under plus 155. Yeah, I love Fili in this spot. I love the over, honestly. It's not that bad of a number, minus 195. Fili, he can't finish. He can't finish, but he's more of a decision type of guy, in my opinion. He doesn't have the biggest power, but he can crack you. He can crack. I'm not saying he can. He can. He just puts more volume, I feel like, and he's very good on the ground as well. But Brito, I feel like, has good durability. He can take some shots. He can stay in the pocket and absorb some heat. He won't get put out with one punch like other guys might, So that's why I lean over. I do like Fili, like I said. But if you're going to take the over, in my opinion, take Fili by decision. If you're going to take the over, if you just want a parlay piece, I told you guys yesterday, Fili, love it. Parlay piece, parlay it up, throw it in there, add some juice. He's going to come through for us. My man had looked really good his last fight. This is a big fight for him. I think he's going to make a huge statement. Not maybe with a finish as a statement, but a great 3-round spectacular performance, 30-27, unanimous decision, all 3 judges' scorecards. That's what I like. That's what I see. Brito, his chance to win this fight, in my opinion, he has to get that finish. If he could get a finish somehow, that's his path to victory, in my opinion. I think he should be super aggressive, crash in the pocket, throw those haymakers he loves to throw, try to get the fight to the ground if he can. I don't think he will be able to, because Fili's really good on the ground. But yeah, I mean, if Bryce Mitchell couldn't hold him down, I really doubt Joanderson Brito was going to hold Fili down. You know what I'm saying? You just seen what Mitchell did to Barbosa, like you said yesterday. So yeah, I love Fili. Take him by decision if you want to get a better number. If you just want to take the over 2.5, you could take that too. I do like that as well. I'm not going to play it personally because I'm on Fili, got him in a bunch of parlays. And like I said, if I was going to play the over 2.5, I'd rather just play Fili by decision. But yeah, that's what I got. What about you?
Love it. I'm not even going to say a word. Love it. Andrei Fili is a straight technical fighter, keeps his range, doesn't like to get hit, keeps it at bay, finds his snaps. He's not really known as a knockout artist.
Yeah.
I see a unanimous decision for Andrei Fili, so I gotta go with the over.
Yeah, no, for sure, for
The
sure.
only thing is Joanderson Brito can bang. Let me see.
Yeah, he could bang. That's
He
why
can
I said
bang.
his path to victory would be a finish. Because
Yeah.
if this fight goes the full 3, I feel he's winning it. He's
Fili
gonna
go,
outclass
yeah.
him.
Fight goes the distance. Fili's taking it. Joanderson out of 16 fights, he has six submissions, 4 KO. So he has finished people before.
Yeah, he has, of
That's
course. But
something
that
to
was
weary.
regionally. That wasn't in the UFC.
Exactly. So I'm gonna definitely side with the Fili side here. I gotta take him by decision.
And come on, he
Gotta
fought
take the over.
He fought Joe Selecki his first fight in the UFC. He put up a decent fight, but Selecki won that fight 2 rounds to 1. If Selecki could beat you, I'm pretty sure Andrei Fili could beat you. You know what I mean? Because I rate Fili higher, way higher than Selecki, in my opinion. But that's just me. But yeah, let's move on. Co-main event, we got Andrei, the young man Arlovski, versus Jake, the skinny boy Collier. Opposite day. It's
Dude,
opposite day.
did you see when he was 185? Man had a 6-pack.
No, yeah, he looked good. He looked good. You would have never expected
Man
him to
had
one day be a heavyweight.
6-pack. Okay, 6-pack.
I know. I seen it. He looked pretty good. He had a good physique at that time. But times have changed, you know.
Yeah.
So we got a round line set at 2.5 for this one. Over heavily chalked, -210. Under at +165. So they're expecting this to go the full 3 most likely. But that makes sense because Arlovski, you know, if he wins this fight, it's going to be by decision. He is not. This is not 10 years ago, Arlovski, where he could possibly get you out of there or probably get you out of there in the prime of his career. This is 43, 44-year-old Arlovski.
43, about to be 44 years of young.
Yeah.
44, almost 44 years young.
Come on, this dude.
One of the OGs,
like,
1999, April 30th? No, April something. Yo, this is, by the way, because he made his debut in April, I'm thinking something crazy might happen.
Yeah.
Something crazy might happen.
This fight, I'm just going to stay away from. If I had to pick, honestly, I'd probably go with Collier at the plus money.
Yo, you're not the only one.
Yeah. And honestly, with this, it's if you like your fighter, I mean, it's not really that Collier could finish him. He could, but he could win a decision too. So both guys can win a decision, in my opinion. But if anyone's going to get a finish, it's going to be Collier. So if the under 2.5 comes through, it will be because Collier wins this fight by either sub or KO, most likely KO. But you never know. I could see him subbing. I mean, he just subbed Chase Sherman his last fight, so no one expected that. But yeah, this fight just to stay away, enjoy it, watch it. I mean, if Arlovski gets another win, that's crazy. That's like 5 in a row for him. At this age, you don't see that too often. So that's pretty spectacular. But yeah, I don't really have too much to say about this one. What about you?
Because I'm on Arlovski's side, I think under 2.5 favors Jake. So I think that's a perfect hedge bet for me, personally.
But it's not. It's not 100% though. Like I said, Collier can't win a decision.
But if you like what Arlovski's been doing lately, he's a decision machine. So that's favoring the over, and hence it's over 210, -210. So yeah, it's a tough spot. It depends who you like here. Honestly, it depends who you like. If you're backing Jake,
not necessarily though, because if you do like, if you like Arlovski, for sure, over for sure.
You like Jake to win decision? You see Jake winning decision? Hell no.
Yeah, I could see a world where he wins. He's won decisions before. What do you mean? He's won. What do you mean? He's won decisions
against Arlovski.
Yeah. Well, you act like Arlovski's something special. The only reason
he's a decision machine. Too intelligent.
Yeah, against guys who are trash, of course. Okay, so because he doesn't have power, he doesn't have subs, he doesn't have ground game. Of course, he's going to be a decision machine. That's his only way to win fights now at this stage of his career. But he's been fighting
the
garbage.
Smart pick is over 2.5. Do you agree?
I mean, I could see Collier winning a decision. I really could. He's won decisions before. He's not the most power puncher. It's not like the dude has nuclear power in his hands. So he can crack Arlovski, and it doesn't mean
if you pull in trigger, over under 2.5.
If I had to pick one, I'd probably take the under because of the plus 165.
I figured the under, yeah. So that would be the pick.
But I wouldn't take it because it's not a spot I like or I'm confident in. But yeah, like I said, I can see, you might not see. I see a world Collier could win a decision. He could literally Arlovski doesn't have no volume. Even some of these decisions he's winning, he's landing 50 punches. Like, that's just not enough.
Compared to
Collier,
30.
say it again.
Compared to 30, 50 to 30, he's winning because he's not getting hit.
No, not all of them. Some fights maybe because these guys are letting him out volume. Collier is not going to do that. Collier is going to put up some volume too. And a lot of Arlovski's wins recently have been very, very close.
Yes.
And you could arguably say his opponent could have got the win. Like his last fight, you could argue that he lost that fight. You could argue it. You could argue it. It could have went either way. But regardless, forget all that. Like I said, I could see
it was a split win. It was a split win
because he outvolumes him, or he could.
Should we fade? Should we just fade Arlovski here?
No, I'm not.
No?
I'm not gonna fade him because he's been winning. But like, I just don't trust Collier. If Collier puts on a good performance this time again, like he did last time, then I could start trusting him going forward against certain guys.
But then they're gonna give him someone better. He's definitely gonna lose that fight.
Well, like I said, against certain guys, it depends who he's gonna fight. But I do see the progression. He looked good his last fight. He got him out of there in 1 minute, 2 minutes. So if he could make another performance like that, then I'll start becoming a believer a little more. But for now, I'm not a believer yet. And yeah, I'm just gonna stay away. Yeah.
So skip.
But let's move on. Let's get to what the people are waiting for.
It's the main event, baby. Let's get it.
The main event, baby. Let's go. So for the main event, Fon versus Vera, we got over under set at 4.5 for the round line. Over is minus 155, under minus 125. Oh, plus 125. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, for me, I think over's probably going to come through in this fight, but I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't because Vera could get that finish. You guys know I'm heavy on Chito. I like him. I'm very high on him. One of my most confident plays this week. I know my boy Sykes on the other side, unfortunately. I hope he doesn't put money on the other side because he's going to lose that money, but it's all right. But yeah, back to Fon Vera. I like the over if I had to pick one, but I'm not going to touch that. I'd rather just take Chito Vera because, listen, if you're going to take the over, it's what, minus 155? Yeah, I'd rather take Chito and get plus money at plus 125, plus 120. I think he was like at plus 115. He's going down because people are jumping on my train with me. They know
Marlon Vera plus 115. You're right. I have it on the board right now. Yep.
Yeah. It was plus. I caught it at plus 125 yesterday.
It was plus 135 opening line, if I'm not mistaken. Like major books.
Yeah, I caught that one too. I've been catching it every day, throwing it in parlays every day. But yeah, I love Vera. I love my boy. I think he's gonna make a big statement. Like I said yesterday, Fon, he doesn't do well when guys pressure him. He likes to fight his fight. When guys enforce their fight on Font, he doesn't do too well. He doesn't react too well to that. He doesn't like when guys get in his face and start pressuring him. He likes to be the bully. Like you said last week about your boy, Manel Kipe, who you hate, you were saying he loves to be the bully, but if it goes other way, he can't take it and he doesn't react well. Well, that's how your boy Rob Font is. If he's the bully, if he's the one pressing his opponent, if he's the one getting it in his opponent's face, then he has a lot of success and he usually ends up winning the fight. But when his opponent is the one pressing him and getting in his face and bringing the action to him, he doesn't tend to do too well usually. And yeah, I mean, on top of that, like I said yesterday, the way Aldo was able to just take him down and control him those last few rounds, yeah, that's not a good look, man. Aldo is not a guy who's known to have a ground game. He's not a guy known to have any wrestling. He's not a guy known to even go for takedowns, let alone maybe once in a blue just to switch it up on his opponent. But he is not known to do things like that. So if he was able to do those things and to get Fon on the ground and to hold him down the whole round like that, 4 consecutive rounds back to back, that's not a good look. And if he was able to do that, what do you think Chito Vera is going to do? Chito Vera's ground game is way better than Jose Aldo's. And Chito Vera's submission game is way more dangerous than Rob Font. Than Jose Aldo's. And yeah, the only thing Aldo had on Vera is that he's better on the feet and, maybe, I don't know about more power, but better combos, better volume, just better on the feet, better throwing the hands. But everywhere else, Chito Vera is better in my opinion. And yeah, that's why I like him. The 5 rounds, it favors him. He gets stronger as the fight goes on. to the contrary front, gets slower as the fight goes on. Everything's, in my eyes, is adding up to Vera dominating this fight, making a statement, cracking that top 5 in the division, and looking for a title eliminator after this one. Cracking up into that title picture, you know what I'm saying? That's what I like. I know you're on the other side. What do you think?
Team font, no front. You dig? I know. I'm crazy.
Staying on that side.
The New England Cartel. Here's a fun fact for you. Every time Rob Font lost, right? Hold on a second. He bounced back with a win. Did you know that? That's a fun fact.
That doesn't mean anything. That means nothing.
Can I just give you some fun facts?
You can. I'm just telling you that means nothing.
Watch this. He loses to Pedrick Munoz 20. Well, let's go back a little bit earlier. His second fight in the UFC, John Lineker, right? Who we know he's a banger. He cracks.
Yeah, he's in Bellator. Oh no, not Bellator.
One.
Yeah,
doing work over there. 2016 loses.
No, he's the champion.
Yeah, I think so. Loses 2016, bounces back win against Matt Schnell and Douglas De Andrade, back-to-back wins. Loses to Pedro Munoz via guillotine, bounces back right away against Thomas Almeida. Loses to Rafael Assunção, immediately bounces back against Sergio Pettis, which aged very well because Sergio Pettis is also putting in some work in Bellator. Then we have Ricky Simone, Marlon Moraes. Again, not too much stock on Marlon. No chin Cody Garbrandt, which he did not finish.
Not too much stock in any of his wins. What win has he had? What win has he had recently that has aged well? Recently, Marlon Moraes retired. Cody Garbrandt, no chin, is probably retiring because he has no chin. Give me a good win he's got in the last couple of years. None. Exactly. None.
Loses to. I'm not
just because
finished.
he loses and bounces back every time,
Loses
that doesn't mean that's
to
gonna happen
Jose
this time.
Aldo. The New England Cartel bounces back against Marlon Chito Vera. Now, like I said, I have officially downgraded my play. He was a high pick. Look, I'm on camera, guys. Yeah. He was officially downgraded. You see the scratch mark? I scratched him off, and I played him as a parlay piece. So he's no longer a top pick. So don't think I'm like, whoa, going balls to the wall. But I did parlay him. I do have money on him. He's in my parlay. However, if Rob Font gets to like pick him or the bottom number of like minus 115,
he is because everyone's gonna come in on Vera because that's
I'm gonna play Rob Font straight play at minus 115.
Honestly, that just I have nothing to say.
But for the purpose of the show, this is the round line rapid fire. I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna raise you one. I'm gonna go the fight under 4.5, but better the fight doesn't go the distance.
I mean, yeah, if you want, I wouldn't take that personally. I just love Chito Vera. Don't get cute. Take the money line. He's plus money. For real, just take him on the money line. Listen, it's either going to be honestly, you know what I'm predicting? I like the under because you know what's actually my prediction, which is going to surprise a lot of people. Chito Vera is going to win this fight by submission.
I like it.
Not KO, submission.
Submission. Because he can definitely catch him on the ground. Yep.
And I'll even make it more specific. Darce choke.
Whoa. Okay. I like the confidence
So
there.
when that happens on Saturday, I want you guys to always, forever refer to me as the GOAT. Okay?
Darce choke for Marlon Vera. Nice. Again,
I think
we're going to be on two different islands here for the main event, but that's okay. That's just the nature of the game. That's fine. It's all fun. It's all okay. Should we do a recap of the over-unders and call it a day?
Yeah, this sounds like a plan to me.
Right.
Let's do it.
First fight, we said skip.
Real quick.
Say that again?
Say again? No, I said let me just do mine real quick and you get to yours.
Go ahead. Yep. This is your review. Go ahead.
Yeah. So for me, my favorite plays of the card, like I told you guys, Chito Vera money line, Lasardo money line, and the white line money line. Those are my 3 top picks. Love those all. Parlay them if you want. Get cute, get crazy. Let's cash. I love. I actually like Lacerda by finish, like I said to you guys, by KO or sub. If you can get a way better number, if it's close to his money line, it's no point. Which it will be a better number, so it will be a point. I like the White Lion, Lainesse by finish also, or yeah, by finish. It's better than taking KO or sub because I could see him sub him or KO him. I could see either one. So take by finish, or if you just want to be regular, take money line. I love both of those. And yeah, those are my 3 top plays. Other than that, I love Andrei Fili, parlay piece. Throw him in your parlays. He's like the next confident after those 3. And then other than that, Dawson, he's like right under Fili. And yeah, those are my favorite play. And then Connelly, we added Connelly based on our discussion. I like Connelly now, and Gerald Meerschaert as well. But those are a little less confident. Take a flyer on that Connelly by finish plus 900. It's a beautiful price. But yeah, that's pretty much what I like the most from this card, from highest to lowest. And yeah, that's what I got.
Give me top over/under picks for this one.
Oh, my top over/under picks?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have many over/under picks this week, to be honest. That's why I mentioned the finish props, because that's kind of like over/under. So yeah, my top like round props or finish or any of those. Lasarda by finish.
So that's an under
Lainesse
play.
Lasarda by
I just
finish,
want over/under. I just want over/under.
I don't have any over/under.
No over/under plays. So okay.
Well, that's what I'm telling you, bro. That the over/under is literally similar to by finishes.
Right.
It's kind of the same thing.
Right.
That's why I'm mentioning the finishes. But I'll give you a few round props. Lasarda round 1, love that. Lainesse round 1, love that. And take a flyer on Vera by sub. Like I said, you heard it here first, baby.
All right.
But
for
yeah,
me,
that's what
I like, for the purpose of the show and what I really like, I told you, I like Grand Dawson, Jared Gordon under 2.5 plus 170. I like sneaky play Andrei, Arlovski, Collier under 2.5 plus 165. As much as I like Rob Font, I'm not gonna take the over/under there. I like Gabriel Green versus Yohan Lainesse under 2.5 at minus 190. And sneaky shoulder lean. Don't go crazy. Gina Mazany versus Shana Young under 2.5, or the fight doesn't go the distance. I don't think there's a line that doesn't go the distance, but I'm suspecting it might be close to 200. Maybe, I don't know, or maybe like pick 'em dog money, maybe. I don't know.
That fight is
but I'm saying if you want a sneaky play, I think Gina Mazany finishes Shana Young low key. So take the under 2.5 if you want to.
And just take Mazany by finish then. What's the point?
Take that inside the distance. You'll probably better off. Like
number.
Yohan Lainesse, big money play. Like Daniel Lasardo or Daniel De Silva, gotta go with stacks and that one. And taking a stab on Tristan Connelly as a dog as well, plus 150. Why not? And if Rob Font does hit minus 115, I'm taking Rob Font. But if
if I think said if he wins.
No, if he hits minus 115 money line, I'm probably putting 2 to 3 units straight. Rob Font, the New England cartel on my side. And that's pretty
might as
much,
well go to your bathroom and take that money and just throw it down the
Let's go. Let's go. In any case, Stacks, it has been a pleasure once again chatting with you.
My brother.
Guys, if you enjoyed the show thus far, you know what time it is. It's time to hit that like and subscribe. Comment down below. If you agree or disagree, let us know. We want to hear. If you have some input, don't be shy. Let us know. This is how the show got better. It's from your input. I've listened to every single thing you guys said, and I tried to make it better and step up, and it's only gonna get better because the name of the game is level up. You know what I'm saying? So I think we're done here. Any take-home messages you want to leave the boys with, or anyone else watching? The floor is yours for the next whatever, and then I'm basically cut the video and we out.
Yes, sir. We out. Everything's good. We said what we had to say. Let's cash these tickets. Let's make this money. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Like and subscribe and keep showing the love. And we're going to keep showing the love too. And we're going to keep giving these winning tickets. Let's get it.
Alrighty. Take it easy. Bye.